Good day, everyone. It is Meredith Leon McCormick for World Bride Magazine. I am closing out summer with someone very special. I'm going to read to you his exact title that came from freaking the Orion Seacrest, and I'm going to claim that title too. Watch. It is fitness guru, celebrity trainer, Mr. Isaac.
That
Boom.
sounded good. That sounded good, baby.
But
Thank you. I'm
you
blushing.
earned it. You earned it. You earned it. So I want to tell people how I met you. So I literally, guys, I have to tell you, I went to the Hampton for the week. Called up my girl Jenny Landy of Sotheby, and Sotheby International, the freaking guru of all house buying in the Hampton area.
We love Jenny Landy. She's
Oh
an
my
icon.
God, that's my girl. She says, "Oh my God, I don't have time, but guess what? I'm going to Isaac Boots' class. Please come. I'll save you a spot and whatever." So I dragged my girlfriend because she was the driver, Miss. I was like, "Girl, come on, Amanda, let's go do it." The
I
last
love it.
day of the Hamptons. So I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna go work out." I was like, she says, "Put your workout clothes." I'm like, "Workout clothes? What? I'm here to relax." So I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm going to put the workout clothes on. I get to the class and there's nothing but fabulousness there. These women are decked out in Chanel, Lululemon, leotards, face done, hair blown out. I'm like, wait a minute. How do we work out with all of this? So I'm like, they're not going to really work.
Honey, you're just as fabulous. Okay,
And
please
no,
look.
these women were like done. So I was like, okay, when I tell you, you had these women sweating, dancing, keying, I don't know how they did it it had to be more than an hour. I was like, but you are so loved by your fans. So please tell everyone first your full name, the name of your company, and how you got started.
I'm Isaac Boots, also known as Isaac Calpito, but Isaac Boots has a better ring to it. And my workout is called Torched, and I created it when I was a dancer on Broadway. I was a dancer on Broadway for 12 years. And I created it for me. There was no agenda for it to become this sort of global thing, which I'm really thankful that it has. But it was for me because I didn't have time to go to the gym and do sort of like the traditional way of keeping my body snatched and lean
Mhm.
for my job, you
Ooh,
know? And so I created this workout that really changes your body in a comprehensive way, but you can do it anywhere and you can do it with or without equipment. So it was perfect for me as a dancer doing it in my dressing room or on the Palace Theater stage
mhm.
before West Side Story. And then I started choreographing for the pop divas, the Ariana Grandes and all the queens. And I would start rehearsal with Torched, really just as a warm up because I knew it worked for me.
Mhm.
Slowly but surely, people started firing their trainers, and all of a sudden, sorry guys, and all of a sudden, my days were okay. 8 a.m. Gwyneth Paltrow, 9:30 Kelly Ripa, 11 a.m. Lisa Rinna, Vanessa Hudgens, Faye Dunaway. It was like literally like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I was like, well, I guess I'm doing this. And that was for about 10 years now. I've been known in rarefied circles, really Hollywood. And I'd be flown out for like Paris Fashion Week, Art Basel, la la la, Coachella. And then when COVID happened, I offered it on my Instagram live, and there were like 90 people on it the first day. And at the end of that last live, I read someone say, "Thank you from Guatemala."
What?
The world has shut down, right? It was literally the first day. It was like March
Wow.
13th. Excuse me. And the next day I logged on again. Joe was like, well, I may as well. I don't have anything else. So
Right.
I went on again. And then it was like 500 people on it, including some of my clients, like a Jessica Chastain or Christy Turlington or whatever. And so people who are not in the industry were gagging. So like they're like, what? Like, what is happening? And and it just kept growing. And by the end of the first week, we had over like 2,000 viewers. People wanted me to wanted to Venmo me or pay me in some way, and I felt uncomfortable about that. I felt vulgar, with the uncertainty of what the world was going through, with people getting sick, people losing their jobs. I grew up very poor. I grew up on food stamps. The first thing I thought of was, imagine if this happened in 1985.
Oof.
My family wouldn't have survived. We barely survived, and there was no pandemic. And so I reached out to No Kid Hungry, which is a charity I've always had a great sort of sympathy and empathy for,
Right.
to create a direct link where I wouldn't have to be involved at all. Just give me a direct link so we can see like what we're raising. The goal was really $1,000. You know, I didn't know. Within the first day, we were over 10,000. Within the first
Woo!
month, we were over 100,000, and we surpassed 1 million just before 6 months on my birthday, actually, which I was really happy about, and we continue to. You know, so now I'm raising money for World Childhood Foundation. That's my new $1 million goal. We've raised about 1.5 for No Kid Hungry, and we're on our way to 1 million for World Childhood Foundation, which I don't know if you know, but it was created by Queen Sylvia of Sweden, who is amazing, to help stop child sex trafficking, which really is a major issue, particularly with the world reopening. It's tripled in the past year alone.
Isn't that
And
crazy?
so, you know,
After
it's just
all the losses that we've suffered, you would think people would have more compassion. I
it's
feel like
disgusting.
more
It's disgusting.
time.
It's just disgusting. And I feel, you know, we spent the pandemic feeding kids, right? So now that thankfully it's done, um, we have to protect them. And I know it's an uncomfortable conversation, but it has to happen. It's real,
Wait,
you know?
let me ask you this. You mentioned you did this class in the Hamptons, and I think it was the 18th or the 19th that morning,
Mhm.
and we did it at Moby's and beautiful
Yeah.
breakfast. You had at least over 50 women there. There had to be over 50 women. I feel like just
It was
lounge.
almost 100, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. And these women were moms, they were daughters, they were just
Grandmas too.
yes, that were there. And they were just engaging. I felt warm. I felt
We have
welcome.
college kids, you
Yes.
know. It's
Yes.
really, and people are traveling in. People travel in from Connecticut, from Boston, from, like, they drive in. The Hamptons is far for a New Yorker,
Right.
let alone Boston. So
Or
I don't
Pennsylvania.
yeah, yes. I don't take
Pennsylvania.
any of that for granted. I don't. I appreciate it.
And let me, I know you described this as a workout so people could stay lean and fit, but I do have to mention to you, and she knows that because I'm going to interview her too, Ellen, one of your clients. She told me that this did so much for her during the pandemic that it was a peace of mind for her. And she says, he entertains us. He makes it feel like you're not really working out.
Yeah.
So while you look at it as an exercise thing, and the world may look at it as a thing, an exercise thing, this is a mental health release for so many women that are at home. That yes, these women may be privileged in the Hamptons that I met that were doing it, but they each are going through their own emotional challenges. And for them to congregate together, they were so excited. So for me, those women were, it was extraordinary to be in their space because you brought them together. Did you know that your exercises would have that kind of impact on women and your guests?
No, no. I just love what I do. But I think more importantly than that and deeper than that, I think what I really care about is connection. I like meeting people. I like having a moment with people. I like learning from people. I'm a very curious person. I also I also absolutely loathe snobs. I cannot bear it. And I've worked my booty off literally and figuratively, to to, to experience a very blessed life, you know, and experience things that I mean, if you would have told the 6-year-old me that Madonna would be sitting on my lap and we'd be shimmying on live TV, I'd have been like, actually, that's awesome. But um, I love the idea of it being a club and a group that everybody feels welcome, everybody feels seen. Look, I work with superstars for years. I work with the 1% of the 1% for years. But I'm a boy from Waimanalo, Hawaii, and I'll never forget that. And I always have my grandma here. You know, she sadly passed 12 years ago, but she always instilled in me gratitude and to never think that you got it all.
Wow. So please tell us your cultural background.
I'm Hawaiian, Puerto Rican, Filipino, Norwegian, Nigerian, and Puerto Rican and Egyptian. So I am the world.
And you are the future.
Hey, like I actually am. So
and these
I am the United Colors of Benetton. Yes.
Remember that? That was my favorite ad. That was the first time I saw diversity. I was a kid in high school and I was like, that's it.
Ever.
The best ad ever.
Ever. My little brother, actually. Benetton. My little brother, who's 18 years younger than I am. Jesus. He was actually in the Benetton ad when he was like 8. Yeah.
Of it.
Super cute.
So you guys were destined for all of this. You guys, your whole lives were leading this direction of diversity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always like, I don't know. I think that's part of the reason I had an obsession with, from when I was 8 years old or 7 years old, to be in New York. Wow. You know, it felt like Oz to me, like a place that sort of embraced everyone. And you know, you would see like, you know, I'm a kid of the 80s, so like, you know, you would see like the white limousine pulling up to the Plaza Hotel and like Joan Collins coming on, and there's like homeless people there and business people and college kids, and like it was just like, it was everyone and everything. Everybody. And I think that's the beauty of it. That's what I love.
And I love the fact that you described that, because that's New York. That's what that melting pot was. You could go 1 block to 5 blocks later. You could be on the Upper East Side and then cross the street and you see a homeless person eating from the finest of restaurants.
But the finest, and like he has an attitude, and he's like telling just jokes.
Like the rest.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's sort of like the magic of what the torched community is too. You know, so yes, we have the Jessica Chastains and the Naomi Wattses and the Lisa Rinna fabulousness on, along with people who are not in the industry at all, with Tattoo Mom who lives in Kentucky.
Right.
You know, we have frontline workers, you know, from all over the country, a grandmother in the south of France, a grandmother in Tokyo, like Australia, South Africa, just like people.
Right.
Mother, fathers, husbands. Really cool.
I feel like that's what and that's what it is. You as an artist and people, and this is why I get disappointed when art is not funded in schools and public schools, because the art is really what brings people together, you know. And so to hear
Madonna said it. Music
literally
the people come together. Yeah.
We're having
it's true though. Art, was it Winston Churchill who said that they, I think it was it may have been World War II. I'm gonna get it wrong, but they said that they needed to reduce funding for the arts so that they could fund the war more. And he said, absolutely not. Why are we fighting this?
Ooh.
What are we fighting for then?
Yeah.
We're fighting for inspiration and joy and creativity and expression.
But without the arts, there's no way to leave a legacy behind. There's no way to let the the next generation, the future generations know what happened, because it's through fashion and clothing that we're able to tell what was going on economically during an era. And we know this just from watching Christian Dior literally build up his country in France. He helped the economy there with all the exports that were going out. You know what I'm saying? So for us to think that fashion and the arts and music has no place in it, we need to do some more historical studies,
Oh,
because
it's everything.
it's
It's
everywhere.
everything. It's humanity, really.
Hmm.
You know, people's music, people's paintings, people's sculptures, people, you know, seamstresses. Like you're creating something that lives on, and we all learn from the past. You know, we all learn from, you know, if you're a young designer, you look to Azadine Alaya, you look to Coco
Right.
Chanel, you
Exactly.
look to the masters. You know, if you're an artist, you look. We are still talking about Leonardo da Vinci,
Exactly.
Michelangelo, and there's a reason for it. You know, I was just, you know, I'm on the Torch tour now. I was in Europe for like two months, so I did Torched in Tuscany and Rome, Paris, Monte Carlo, and London to meet all my boots babies, as they call them themselves, and to go to these beautiful museums and cathedrals and just walking around the streets and seeing the creative output of so many artists that we don't even know,
Right.
amazing artists and amazing just people and culture, and um, it was very special, and it does sort of remind you that you can't be arrogant
No, you
ultimately,
can't. Ultimately,
because
you can't.
it's all been done and it's been done better, darling.
Right.
So keep learning, keep honing your craft, keep being curious, and um, I don't know. I think it's a special thing. You know, I went to the Sistine Chapel for the first time two
Wow.
months ago. And I was raised Catholic. You know, I was an altar boy for 12 years, and it was awe. It was I was awestruck.
Right.
You know, I mean, to see the talent and the mastery. You know, it's really insane.
Oh,
Really
I
intense.
know. That's like, it was like, oh, wait, what is this? And that, to think human beings sacrificed and gave so much of their lives to create this. And they gave it from every bit of their being.
You feel it.
Oh yeah, you can see
Feel
it.
it. And look, and there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of tragedy. It's heightened emotions in every sense of the word.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
it's like working out.
Exactly. And speaking of your working out sessions, we're a bridal magazine, and brides are often under so much pressure, you know, before the wedding, after the wedding, their lives are changing and it's continually evolving. You know, hey, oh my god, I gotta get slim for this dress. We stop telling them, stop trying to get slim for the dress, get fit for your dress, be the best version of yourself. And then maintaining their weight, a healthy weight,
Yeah.
healthy. We're not
I
size
always say,
shaming
I
people.
always say, at the end of the day, you have to feel good.
Yep.
You have to feel strong. You have to feel empowered.
Hmm.
Do you wake up in the morning feeling sluggish and a state of emergency, or do you wake up and like, let's go? You know, like if you can do your daily activities and go through your life and just feel good,
Hmm.
that's the goal.
Absolutely.
Because
And I
I know
say
the
that,
thinnest, I know the thinnest people in the world, and they're not necessarily happy.
no, they're not. They're not. You know, and I
So
struggle with my weight as a kid. In fact, that's why I really wanted to talk to you about this. As a kid, I never felt whatever, but then as an adult, I had children. I've had three children physically with my body, and my weight changed. And I thought I was fat when I was a kid before my kids. Then when I had a kid, I looked, you know, at my body. I was like, oh my God, I really was skinny back then. So we see ourselves completely different. And then the pandemic hit, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to just eat my life away. And I would have a pint of Haagen-Dazs every night. And then I gained 150. No, I gained 52 pounds. I was
what kind of Haagen Dazs?
uh, Dulce.
Dulce de leche. Duh. Well, how could you resist, darling?
Wait, my son calls it Dolce and Gabbana for you, mama.
Yeah.
He's like, here you go. And I literally spent the pandemic eating it. Then one day, literally every day for 1 year, I kept eating it every
That
day.
sounds really good,
That was
actually.
my treat. And then I realized, like, oh my God, I weigh 167 pounds. And let me tell you when it started to bother me. Sweeping my floor one day, I go to pick up the dirt with the dustpan. When I bent over, my belly hit my lap before I could get all the way down. I was like, done. No more. I quit. I was like, I ain't doing it no more.
No more Dolce Gabbana, baby.
Done.
Out of the house.
Done. Over. I literally made a commitment.
Listen,
I
it's
couldn't do
life.
it.
It's life, darling. And how lucky are you to be able to have a beautiful family, to have the humor and the grace to be able to
Mhm.
laugh about and
You
make a
have
choice
to.
about it. You know what I mean? So look, we all go through it,
Yep.
and we
That's
all
exactly what I feel like our brides and our women are going through. And for me, I decided to go swimming. I went swimming. I started with 1 day a week, then 2 days a week. Now I go
yeah.
5 days a week. Then I started horseback riding. And then I was like, I'm never going to exercise until I went to your class. And when I went to your class, and I'm like, how hard can it be? We're just doing this. Oh my God. I was on fire for 3 days after that. I couldn't go swimming. When I tell you,
I love you.
that's when I realized, you know what? Now go to the next stage. So your class are so important because mentally it cleared my head to be around these amazing women. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take his classes. So I wanted to share this with our readers.
I
Why
love you.
it's so important to don't get comfortable even in your exercise routine. Push
You
yourself.
look, I have to do it to
It was
myself
amazing.
too. Look, like I have to I have to like give myself a kick in the ass too every day. You
Yes,
know?
we need
I
it
mean,
every now and then.
absolutely. And I what inspires me truly is knowing that I have people around the world who are waiting for me to log on at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram Live so they can work out with me, even for 20 minutes,
Yep.
whatever. And that sort of like pushes me to stay on it. You
Well,
know what I
I'm
mean? So
so happy I found you. I feel like you're the best kept secret that I didn't know about that now I'm going to spread all the news to everybody.
I love you so
Oh,
much.
let me ask you a question. So I don't want to keep you because I know you're really busy. When is your next session? Because I think you're still in the Hamptons.
Yeah,
So
I'm in the Hamptons tomorrow, Saturday, 9:30 at Gurney's, Montauk. I'm doing Torch with one of my favorite enhanced waters, Free Rain, which was actually at that last
yes,
class
it
as well.
was.
Amazing. And then next Saturday, Labor Day weekend, I am September 3rd. I'm at Southampton Arts Center in Southampton,
Oh,
9:30.
then I'm gonna
And then
come.
Mama's on the road. I'm gonna be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in LA. I'm all over Europe. I'm going with Gwyneth Paltrow actually on the first Goop cruise to get the babies torched. September 23rd through October 3rd ish. We start in Barcelona. We go all through the Riviera. We end up in Rome, and then I'm in Paris for the month of October, and then LA for all of November. It's a lot. So go to isaacboots.com.
Perfect. Yes, that's
Go to
exactly. Can
isaacboots.com.
you tell us your website and your social media? Where can they
Yes,
find your classes?
isaacboots.com, isaacboots.com. You can get all the information there. And I'm on Instagram Live every day, and my Instagram handle is at Isaac Boots. I also have at Torched by Isaac, which has just very specific workouts on there. But follow me and join the party.
Yay! I can't thank you enough for
Thank you,
this
honey.
breath of fresh air, this thing that not shaming women or people, because it's not just limited to women. Anybody that wants to feel good, should take your
I
classes.
have something to say about that. That is something that is so deep inside of me. Um, I said it before, but I was very close to my grandmother. She was like my mom, and she was over 300 pounds.
Mhm.
Okay, and like barely 5 feet tall, and just like a Hawaiian mama, and like the
Aw.
most like just like unconditional love. That's my baby.
I
Dig,
know,
dig.
beautiful.
Um, but how could I possibly shame anyone when the love of my life was you know not working out every day,
Right.
and I remember just baby, come, hey,
Show us the baby because it's beautiful. Show us your baby.
there you go, there you go. He's a Leo, so he likes attention.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's okay.
it's a
How
moment.
beautiful.
Hey, it's
There.
are you very drama? Are you very drama? He has, he has, he's a type A. But
Oh,
anyway, about my gram, I'm going into a story now because I like a ramble. It it shaped who I am.
oh.
I think it was like first grade. My grandma came. I've never told this story. My grandmother came and surprised my class for my birthday with cupcakes. Wow. And she was a gorgeous big lady, and I could hear the kids like snickering about her, and I was like laughing at her, and like I'm like, that will never be me.
Mm. And it's those moments that mold us and those incidents that shape us to be either wonderful human beings or horrible human beings. And you chose to make this experience a wonderful experience for every woman, every human being that walks through your door. And
Mm.
I do want to say that there was a young lady that was there. Her legs, she, I don't know what was, what her.
Oh, her name is Mar. She's amazing. She was born with cerebral palsy.
When I
She's
tell you,
legally blind, and she does
no,
torch every day.
wait, what? I didn't
Yeah,
even know that.
yeah.
She's legally blind?
Uh,
She was kicking butt.
and
She
she's
was,
fucking. No, she's everything. She's everything.
and everybody walked in. When she walked in, everybody was like,
No, she's everything. She flew to Tuscany to to get torched with us for a week. Like, she's everything, and she has an amazing mom who just is so empowering and dope, and just never made her feel like she was less.
couldn't do anything. Yeah. And I see, and now I know the secret why you're the way you are. It's your grandmother. It's your grandmother. So that incident that happened with those children made you a better person and kinder and more acceptant and more. We talk about diversity like it's a hashtag and it's a word to be used lightly, but for some of us it's our lives experiences because the people we loved or we are the thing that's shunned by society, and you decided that you completely, no, I'm going to empower other people that might be facing it and making them feel good and gather together.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
congratulations, you found your piece and you're
Love you.
sharing it with others. So please, one more time, what's your website?
IsaacBoots.com, and find me on Instagram every day at Isaac Boots.
Wonderful. Thank you so
11 a.m. East. 11 a.m. East is when I do
Okay.
my lives. But I put my videos up, so people in Europe, people in Australia, people in Asia can do it when they wake up the next
Right,
day. So,
right. Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you so much. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you how phenomenal this young man is. He is exactly what you're hearing, what you're seeing. So, I want to encourage you all to follow him on all his social media websites. And I promise you, it's going to be right down here. It should be right down here. You can look at it. So, until the next time, ciao, Bellas.
Mwah.